Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel Master Mojo Ash. In this video we will talk about Light's 10 biggest failures. Light was the incredibly smart owner of the Death Note who experienced many failures as he tried to build his ideal crime-free world. There are many different stereotypes when it comes to an anime protagonist. Whether it be that they are optimistic and rarely get concerned, even when facing a powerful threat, or that they are incredibly powerful and have a desire to defeat all of their enemies, these heroes wouldn't be that interesting if they didn't face failures throughout their journeys. Death Note's Light Yagami is very different compared to most anime protagonists. He is incredibly intelligent, and after finding the titular notebook, he used it to kill criminals and become a god. Because of this, he is seen as the villain of the series despite being the main character. He may not have any supernatural powers on his own nor is he ever that happy, but he has faced a lot of failures. Before I start the video, please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon. Let's start the video. Number 10. The first person he killed gave L a clue that he lived in Japan. When Light first got his hands on the Death Note, he thought that it was a joke. However, after thinking about it for a while, he decided to test it out. And if he were to do that, it would need to be on someone he thought deserved to die. Kurohara had killed 6 people and held 8 hostages before his name was written in the notebook. Light was able to save the 8 people, some of which were children, and realized how he could make the world a better place with the Death Note. However, Kurohara wasn't a well-known criminal, so once L found out that this was the first of Kira's victims, he knew that Kira was in Japan. Number 9. Killing Lindell Tailor confirmed the true L suspicion. Though L was certain that Kira was in Japan, he needed proof. Because of this, he had a criminal, Lindell Tailor, who was about to die, challenge Kira on TV. Light believed that the broadcast was being shown all around the world, but after he killed Lindell Tailor, the real L revealed the truth. Kira just confirmed L's suspicion that he lived in Japan. From there, it wasn't too difficult for L to determine that Kira was Light. Number 8. He killed the FBI agents who went to Japan. L had little trust in Japan's police, so he secretly sent 12 FBI agents to Japan to spy on them, as well as their families. After Light discovered that Ray Penber, one of the FBI agents, was watching him, he learned his identity. He then had Ray write down the names of the other FBI agents, and they all died. However, this was completely unnecessary, especially since Ray had no reason to suspect Light of being Kira. All that Light accomplished by doing this was making himself look more guilty. Number 7. He was forced to join forces with Misa and Rem. When Light began writing names into the Death Note, he never would have guessed that another notebook would go to Earth and be picked up by someone who believed in him. However, once the second Kira appeared, she did everything she could to learn Kira's identity. Unfortunately, she didn't understand Kira's goals and did things that he didn't approve of, such as killing people who he thought deserved to live. Once Light learned that the second Kira was Misa, he was forced to join her and even become her boyfriend. That way, her Shinigami, Rem, wouldn't kill him. Misa did end up being a huge help to him, however, since she had the Shinigami eyes and was able to kill people that he couldn't. Number 6. He thought that killing L solved all of his problems. In the beginning of the series, Light thought that L was his main threat. Once he was able to use Rem to kill L, as well as Watari, Light thought that all of his problems were solved. Little did he know that L was only the first detective who would be his opponent. His successors, Mello and Nier, proved to be even greater threats, as Mello took much more action, such as kidnapping Light's sister, Seiyu, and Nier was able to figure out Kira's identity just by observing what everyone else who was part of the Kira investigation did. Number 5. He couldn't kill Mello. After Mello kidnapped Seiyu, Soichiro gave him the Death Note. Soichiro felt very guilty about this and decided to make a deal with Ryuk in order to obtain the Shinigami eyes and kill Mello. Light had the task force attack the Mafia. But when they finally reached Mello, Soichiro didn't have what it took to write his name down. Even though Light learned Mello's real name, he couldn't do anything about it since he hadn't seen his face. In the end, he killed Mello indirectly through Takata, but it was too late. If he was able to kill Mello sooner, he would have achieved his goals. Number 4. Nier made the Japanese task force suspect Light. While Mello fought the task force and kidnapped people in order to get what he wanted, Nier achieved things by talking to people, including the task force. He was able to convince both Mogi and Aizawa that Light was Kira, turning members of the task force against each other. For years, Light was able to manipulate them, especially due to the fake rules that he wrote into the Death Note, and if it weren't for Nier, they would have had faith in him until they died. Number 3. Nier proved that Light was Kira. After Mello kidnapped Takata, Nier was able to figure out Light's plan to kill him, the SPK, and the task force. Light had given Mikami the Death Note, who made a fake copy of it while Takata used the pages from the real one to kill people while Mikami pretended to. Mikami tried to kill Takata when she was kidnapped using the real notebook, causing the SPK to create their own fake copy that Light didn't know about. When Mikami wrote the names of everyone except for Light into the fake copy, nothing happened, and with Mello's help, Nier proved that Light was Kira all along. Number 2. Ryuk wrote Light's name into the Death Note. For a long time, Light thought that he would become the god of a new world in which nobody would commit any crimes. Once he realized that he lost Nier, he also lost his mind. He tried to get Takata, who was already dead, and Misa, who wasn't anywhere near him, to write the names of his enemies into the notebook. When he understood that they couldn't help him, he turned to Ryuk. However, the Shinigami who gave him the Death Note was never truly on his side, and he wrote Light's name into his notebook, which is what Ryuk told him he would do when they first met. Number 1. The world went back to how it used to be after he died. In the final chapter of the manga, it was revealed that there were many people who saw Kira as a god, worshipping him a year after he died. In a way, this meant that he got what he wanted. However, there were a lot more people who no longer thought about Kira and acted the way they did before Light picked up the Death Note. With the world back to normal, Light never made the impact that he wanted to make and essentially failed from the very beginning. What you think about Light's failures? Comment on comment box. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon. Then you can see all new episode when I upload. Be sure to like this video and share with others who like this kind of stuff. And also comment what kind of video you want to watch next. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.